Ever wondered what makes up the fuel in your car or the natural gas powering your stove? The answer is alkanes, a fascinating class of organic compounds. Alkanes, also known as saturated hydrocarbons, are composed entirely of carbon and hydrogen atoms linked by single bonds. This structure allows them to hold the maximum number of hydrogen atoms for each carbon atom, hence the term saturated. The general formula for alkanes follows the pattern CnH2n+2. Consider methane, the simplest alkane. It consists of a single carbon atom at the center, surrounded by 4 hydrogen atoms. However, the complexity of alkanes increases with the number of carbon atoms. Take ethane, for instance, which harbors 2 carbon atoms, each connected to 3 hydrogen atoms. As you add more carbon atoms, the structure expands, creating various linear and branched formations. Now, onto the intriguing world of alkane nomenclature. The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, or IUPAC, provides guidelines to name these compounds. Here's a quick rundown. First, identify the longest chain of carbon atoms in the molecule, also known as the parent chain. Next, number these carbon atoms starting from the end closest to any branch or functional group, commonly referred to as a substituent. If there are substituents, name them as alkyl groups based on their carbon content. For instance, a methyl group contains 1 carbon atom, an ethyl group contains 2, and so forth. Combine the names of the substituents and the parent chain, using prefixes like di, tri, or tetra to denote identical substituents. Arrange these names alphabetically, ignoring prefixes. Lastly, use hyphens to separate numbers from names and commas between numbers when needed. To illustrate, let's take the example of 2,3-dimethylpentane. The parent chain is pentane, with 5 carbon atoms. There are 2 methyl groups attached to the second and third carbon atoms, hence the di prefix in dimethyl. So, in summary, alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons with a structure that grows more complex with the addition of carbon atoms. Their names follow the IUPAC guidelines, based on the parent chain length and the presence and location of any substituents. Remember, the world of alkanes is vast, and these principles are just the beginning. So, keep exploring, keep learning, and let the power of chemistry fuel your curiosity. Remember, the world of alkanes is vast and intriguing. You've just scratched the surface of this fascinating area of organic chemistry. We encourage you to dive deeper into the IUPAC naming system to understand the nuances and exceptions that exist. Alkanes, as basic as they may seem, are the building blocks of countless complex molecules. The more familiar you become with these structures and their nomenclature, the easier you'll find the more advanced concepts in organic chemistry. So keep exploring, keep learning, and let the power of chemistry fuel your curiosity.